Welcome back, everybody, to the NBFA. We have finally hit playoff football. We are in part one of the round of 16. We got 4 matches as we go ahead and go through each location from New Orleans to Denver to Baltimore right now, all the way over to Washington. I am super excited, and let's go ahead and get into these games right now. Here we go with the first match of the playoffs. The LA Legends taking on the New Orleans Angels. You can look at the QB comparison. We have Caleb Starr going up against Angel Marcel. And we got a matchup between Elijah Sy, wide receiver, and Rasan Dandridge at quarterback. First play of the game, Caleb Starr gives a good pass over to Felder, number 84, the tight end. Next play, safety, number 44, KC, comes down all the way and goes for a sack. LA turns the ball over, gives a screen pass to McGard, gets stopped immediately. Angels give the ball back, but Hutcherson, coming off the edge, gets a sack on Caleb Starr. Next play, Caleb has the ball, fakes it, gives it to Freed, number 96. He reaches for the first down. Next play, shotgun, Caleb Starr fakes it, throws it into traffic to Elijah Sy, who fumbles the ball, gives it back up. Burke, number 39 on the Angels, picks it up. Marcel gets it back, finds the open man. Isaacson, 13, with a big gain. Gives it back to McGard. McGard gets a couple of yards right there with that run. They go to him again, and he gets tripped up at the line. The Angels go for a field goal right here, and he makes it 0-3 so far. Tyrese Jackson in the backfield had a lot of space. Was able to get around 9 yards in that play. Coming up next, here's another pass to Caleb Starr. Gives it to Elijah Sy, who makes the juke, runs him over, gets a nice around 15 yards. Legends kick and get another field goal, tied at 3-3. Angel Marcel fakes a handoff, gives it to Albert Mallard. Gets a nice about 13-yard gain. Inside handoff to Ricky Maggard, who has no issue getting the first down right there. Formation with 3 tight ends. Gives it up to Latrell Ware. Easy, about 15 yards right there. Same play, number 80 gets across the edge, gets another first down. Angel Marcel drops back, gets it back to Latrell Ware in the middle of traffic. They try and go in at the goal line, gets taken out by the edge by Eugene East. They have to settle for a field goal. It is now 3-6 to the Angels. Legends can't do anything with the ball. They give it back to the Angels, who give it to Mallard, who almost broke away, got tripped up at the last line of defense. Sets up a pass to Boston Land, who spins out of danger, extends that play to an extra 10 yards from the catch. Sets up the Angels to get another field goal, 3-9 to the Angels. Back over to the Legends. Fakes the handoff, gets it up to Felder. Felder gets the pass. Defender made a mistake. He goes almost all the way for a touchdown. Stops him at the 4. They have to settle for a field goal. They didn't really get much after that. Angels do nothing with the ball. Caleb Starr has it, goes for another pass, shoots it off to the left to Elijah Sy, who gets ran into the defender, takes him down. Watch it right here, Elijah Sy. Caleb Starr drops back, takes a fake. Elijah Sy runs over his defender, makes the catch into the end zone. Touchdown for the Legends, 13-9 right there. Angels can't do anything with the ball. Goes back to Felder from the pass. A nice about 18-yard gain. Back over to Elijah Sy. Big completion right there, well into the first down. That sets them up for a field goal, 16-9. Angels need to make a play right here. Gets off to the edge, missed the tackle. He almost could have taken that for a touchdown, but he steps out of bounds. Angel Marcel airs it out, gets it to Latrell Ware, who gets taken down by the gang. One more, drops back, gets a screen to Maggard. Maggard is able to get a couple of yards right there. Last play, here we go. Pick off, overthrown. Eugene East takes it, and that's going to do it. LA stomps out the Angels in the first round. Caleb Starr, player of the game, 14-24, 248 yards and a touchdown. Elijah Sy, very impressive, 8 receptions, 128 yards, and the single touchdown in the game. Also need to mention Eugene East, the man who clinched that victory with the last-second interception. 8 tackles and a sack, 1 interception for 26 yards. What a way to close out the game. Angel Marcel almost did his thing, but threw that last pick. Latrell Ware had a great game, 6 receptions for 98 yards. Daryl Warren, 9 tackles and 1 sack. Impressive display, but it just wasn't enough. They needed some more scoring offensively. But LA is going to be the team that moves on into the playoffs as we move into our next game. Next game up, down in Denver. We've got the Denver Dollars at home going against the Oregon Mustangs. Denver, I said it in the last video, got a Cinderella story ahead of them. Axel Gillette drops it off the helmet of a Mustang into the hands of another. That is an embarrassing way to start the game. Mustangs QB Spencer Staley gives a screen off to fullback number 34, Cesar Saavedra. Almost gets all the way through, steps out of bounds. Staley gives it back up to Saavedra, but he fumbles the ball, recovered by one of the linemen. They're going to have to stick to a field goal. Score is 3-0. Dollars give it back. Gillette fakes the handoff, going straight up, picked off by Mustangs. Neil Pierce, number 24, he gets taken down after a lengthy run. Next up, Staley gives it up to Vin Dozier, who fumbles the ball. Higgins picks it up from the Dollars. They get the ball back off the fumble. Axel Gillette takes a handoff. Casey Denton run past everybody. One man to beat, makes the catch anyway. Big, about 40-50 yard gain right there. Gives them enough to kick a field goal and tie up the score. Spencer Staley under center gives it up to halfback Malcolm Cottle. Gets a nice 20-ish yard gain right there. Now Finn Dozier gets the catch, gets another first down. Next play of the drive, Spencer Staley out in shotgun, throws it up, gets picked off by Damian Lance, number 49 of the Dollars. Here we got Giovanni York, the tight end, number 84, catches in the middle of traffic, gets the first down and some change. Next play, Blake Forsythe of the Mustangs runs through the offensive line. He gets the sack. They have to punt the ball away in that drive. Stanley did not get enough time in the pocket, gets overrun. And before I can even catch my breath, Delgado of the Dollars blitzes in and sacks Stanley. They have to punt the ball away to the under center, lets it go to Rex Barrett and gets a good about 40-yard gain right there. Gillette fakes a handoff, tries to force a pass to triple coverage. It gets picked off by Tony Rasmussen, number 97 of the Mustangs. Mustangs bring it up around half field. Number 51 tries to go back out. Delgado comes around and sacks the quarterback after the long play. Stanley drops back, gives it up to tight end Sims over to the edge and collects a first down for his troubles. Staley fakes a handoff, throws it up, tries to get to the Dozier, gets picked off by Jose Phillip, number 21 of the Dollars, tries to make a play, doesn't get a lot of yards. Dollars can't do anything offensive with it, but it don't matter. Falcon, number 96, picks Stanley off once again. Dollars offense onto the field, but Kendall Willingham, defensive tackle, number 77, breaks through his man, gets the sack. Dollars have to punt the ball away. Gillette gives it up to Dozier, runs over man, gets blasted, but not before getting the first down. Staley under center gets sacked almost immediately. No time for the play to develop. They try again. Stanley gets it off to Finn Dozier. He makes the first down. Fakes a pitch, gives it a quick slant to Dozier. He gets around the 15-yard line, sets up a counter for Cotto, who breaks through the line but gets stopped by the safety. Fourth down, Mustangs have to kick it. They get the field goal, 6-3. Denver offense back up. Gillette in the shotgun, fakes it off. He's searching, gives it all the way up to Slagle. About a 32-yard gain to get across midfield. Gillette under center, backs all the way up, gives it over top to Kai Edmonds, takes a big hit towards the out of bounds area for his troubles. Gillette under center again, finds an open man to Casey Denton, who breaks the plane. Casey Denton gets a touchdown for the Dollars, 6-10. The Mustangs must respond quickly, get a good 15-yard play out of Yvonne Settle. Stanley, shotgun, outside of the end zone, tries to force the pass back to Settle. It gets picked off by McCombs, and that'll do it. Dollars come away with the victory, 6-10. They move on to the next round. This was a bit of a rough game for both quarterbacks. Spencer Staley, 4 interceptions. Casey Denton wins player of the game for that one for his 2 receptions, 71 yards, one of those being the game-winning touchdown. Axel Gillette, 7-23, but his 7 passes were really important right there. Rex Barton, 2 receptions for 31 yards. And then Edmund Delgado, 7 tackles, 3 sacks, 1 forced fumble. The Dollars got some grit to them. They're going to move on to the next round. Halfway point on the video. If you haven't, leave a like and subscribe. Share this with a friend who you think might enjoy. Up next, Philadelphia Voltage taking on the Baltimore Wolves. We can take a look at the team comparisons. We're on similar numbers until you get to turnovers. Baltimore really needs to limit that going into this game. First play, Colt Levitt gives it to Tristan Atwood. He gets taken down for his troubles, but not before getting the first. Levitt in the shotgun finds Lamont Chung in traffic, gets a first down with a big gain. Next play, Gerardo Green tries to take the pitch, catches a shoulder from 57, Darnell Watts. Next play, under center, Levitt underthrows like hell, gets picked off by Darnell Watts. He's all over the place here in this drive. First, look at Damian Scythe. He throws it up into double coverage, underthrows it straight to Chris Bull of 25. The Voltage gets the ball back. Next, Levitt gives it over 84, running a cross route, catches the ball, gets taken down around the 19, goes back to the well. Tristan Atwood right there at the 2, and then finishes off with Gerardo Green. Number 39 gets in for the touchdown, 7-0. Wolves' Tyrone Jackson breaks a myriad of tackles, gets the first down. Next play, Damian Scythe fakes a handoff, tries to get it to Charles English, gets picked off by Alton Treadwell, number 40 of the Voltage. Levitt under center, backs up, looking for someone, steps in, throws it to Hardy, number 19. They get a good gain off of that play. Next, Rahul Dodd breaks through the line, sacks Levitt. They have to give the ball back. Damian Scythe fakes a handoff, rolls out towards the right, throws across his body to Jackson Ayers, who gets the first, gets taken down by Chris Bull. Wolves would have to punt the ball away. Levitt drops back, throws up to Kevin Shipley, who takes a big hit but comes down with the ball anyway. Levitt under center, moves over to the right, tries to force the ball, underthrown. Deshaun Dahl picks it off. Very close to scoring range right there. Damian Scythe fakes a handoff, looking for something. He gets nobody, tries to run, gets clothesline for his troubles. After that, Damian Scythe drops back, catches Jackson Ayers on the slant. Next up, going back to the well, Jackson Ayers rolls up, gets the easy touchdown, 7-7. It's all tied up. Levitt drops back, throws it up. Kendrick Shipley, another big hit, but he survives the contact. Levitt fakes a handoff, gets it off to Tristan Atwood, who runs over a man, jukes another. He's still moving, gets around the 6 or the 7, sets up Gerardo Green for his second touchdown. He can punch it in whenever you need, 14-7. Charles English runs the go route, catches it about midfield, gets around the 47, but Wolves have to punt the ball away. Kendrick Shipley, in love with the hospital routes, catches it off the post, takes another big hit, but comes down with the ball. Voltage have to give it up. Number 58 gets a sack on Scythe. Scythe fakes a pass, hands it off to fullback Huddleston, but gets taken down by safety Judah Crittenden. Voltage ball, Rahul Dodd breaks through the line, takes down Gerardo Green with no effort. Levitt drops back, lets Jaden Strong run the inside. He gets the first, runs over a guy, but crosses the 50. Next play, Levitt drops back, throws it up to Tristan Atwood. Almost survived the contact, but gets taken down, but gets enough for the field goal. Gets it in, 17-7 Voltage. Wolves do nothing with the ball, gives it back. Levitt drops back, gets it to Atwood on the outside. Almost ran over two people, but he gets the first. Now Rahul Dodd runs through the line, takes down Levitt for a big sack. Levitt now in the shotgun. He's looking, throws a fake, throws it off to number 11, Austin Twins. He gets it in traffic. Next up, Darnell Watts. He's thrusting through the line. Levitt tries to run, but it's too late. He's been tracked down. Levitt fakes a handoff. Tristan Atwood on the fade route gets a juke. Almost runs over another man, but he gets taken down right above the 30. Levitt under center, fakes a handoff, throws a pump fake, catches him slipping, gives it to Kendrick Shipley, who I say more than earned his touchdown. It is now 24-7. Scythe drops back, tries to find someone, rolls out to the left, but gets taken down by Vance Laporte. Now in the hurry up, they need to do something here. Throws off a screen to Tyrone Johnson. He rolls over to get 13 yards. Next play, 4th down. They need this. Scythe tries to throw it, gets batted down. Round triple coverage, and that'll be the end of the game. Colt Levitt leads the Voltage to a 24-7 dominant victory over the Wolves. Let's take a look. Like I said, Colt Levitt, 21-28, 346 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, but he's made a lot of tough passes in that game. You also got to look at Gerardo Green, only 27 yards rushing, but came away with 2 touchdowns. He punched it in when he was needed. Tristan Atwood, one of the biggest movers, 8 receptions, 165 yards, and 1. Josiah Cordova, 7 tackles on the day. Damian Scythe, only 10 for 29 for only 137 yards. Jackson Harris with some crucial receptions in their touchdown drive. Darrell Watts had a masterclass defensively, or as best as one can get in a defeat quite like this. 10 tackles, 1 sack, 1 interception for 16 yards. Great game, but the Voltage moves on to the next round. Final game of the day, we have the Atlanta Diamonds coming over to Washington to take on the Cougars. Now, the Diamonds are a team I've touted in the last video that I made. This is a strong team to look out for, led by Jalen White. As we start, give a little pass over to Eric Lane on the out route. It goes back to the well, fakes a handoff, goes over a defender, gets about 20 yards in that play. Next, we go to Treadwell, who gets stopped in his backfield. The Diamonds try to kick a field goal. They miss, so the Cougars take over. Daniel Quinn looking, rolled out to the right, throws it up, gets on top of the linebackers. They get a big gain right there. Next up, shotgun pass, gives it up to Damian Arroyo for a big gain on the fade route. Next up, Franklin Dan goes to the end route, catches over a receiver. He spins and gets the first. Next play, under center, Daniel Quinn looking, trying to find someone, rolls out towards the right. He's going to try and run it, dodges 2 tackles, dodges another, gets into the pile. They couldn't go super far. They settle for 3, 0-3 starting off. Diamonds ball, Jalen White under center, drops back, gives it to the quick slant to Elgin Lloyd. He gets tackled at the 39. Try to give it to Treadwell on the counter, gets stopped at the line. Cougars ball, Daniel Quinn under center, drops back a little bit, trying to search for somebody. Nobody's open. He gets sacked in the pocket. Diamonds get the ball back. Jalen White drops back, gives it to Eric Lane, who gets folded up but gets the first. Next play, Eric Lane on the fade. He gets another first down. Going to Treadwell now. They hand it off. The Cougars crush the run game. Treadwell hasn't gotten any space, but right there, kicker gets this one. He's 1 for 2 of the day. The score is 3-3. Now, on the post, gets it on the edge, gets taken out, but he gets the first. Coming up next, Damian Arroyo. They fake a pass, gets it. He's running, he's getting caught up, tries to juke, gets taken out. Daniel Quinn under center again, drops back, gets immediately taken out by Diamond's Adrian Ramsey, number 92. Cougars have to settle for a field goal. They get it. Score is now 3-6. New drive. Jalen White fakes a handoff, gives it up to Zach Casas, number 10. Gets about 13 yards right there. Jalen White fakes a handoff, but he is getting chased down by Xavier McGowan. He gets a big sack. Diamonds managed to get to 4th and close, but gets stopped at the line. That's a turnover right there. Now, Daniel Quinn fakes a handoff, hits Gibson on the slant. Can't do much with it. They give the ball back to the Diamonds. Now, Treadwell finally getting some run, but he gets destroyed right before the first down. But they try it again. He gets through, bounces off a defender, tries to run, break through number 36, but he gets stopped. Diamonds throw it, try and do a screen pass. He gets taken out immediately. Next play, Jalen White drops back, throws it up to Elgin Lloyd, who gets a big gain, ends up at the 30. Can't do much after that. They're going to have to settle for a field goal. 6-6, it's all tied up. Now, back to Daniel Quinn, fakes a handoff. Oh, he's so open. Gets the catch. Franklin Dan, I believe, is the one who received that pass right there. Daniel Quinn tries to go for another bump, gets picked off by Amir Walston. Diamonds can't do anything with it, but Amir Walston again breaks through the offensive line, gets a big sack. Next play, Jalen White throws straight to Esai Clemens. He gets taken down. Cougars offense can't do much with it. They go for another field goal. The score is now 6-9. Back over to the Diamonds. Jalen White drops back, gets it to Elgin Lloyd. They get a quick first down on their own 30. Fakes play action, gives it back to Eric Lane, who takes a big hit but survives the contact. They go all the way up the field, and they manage to get another field goal. The score is 9-9. Daniel Quinn at the shotgun, fakes a pass, fools everyone. Jefferson, number 11, manages to get it, tries to spin in between, but he gets taken out. Now Daniel Quinn fakes a pass, loses some coverage right there. Franklin Dan gets a big catch, jukes 2, jukes 3, gets taken out right above the 30, and it leads to this final field goal, which is good, and that ends the game right there. The Cougars come away with an upset over the Diamonds. Player of the game has to go to Esai Clemens, number 16, the linebacker. 10 tackles, 1 pick that led to another field goal. And to think that if the Diamonds kicker didn't miss their initial field goal, game could probably be in the overtime right now. But, you know, things happen for a reason. Lights are too bright, and that was a costly loss for the Diamonds, who I think played not up to their potential today. Look at Jalen White, 16 for 27, only 164 yards. Very passive game right there. Elgin Lloyd caught a lot of the deep bombs, 5 receptions, 77 yards. Edmund Summer, 6 tackles and a sack. Moving to Daniel Quinn, 13 and 23. Not great numbers, but 209 yards and a pick. Franklin Dan came in clutch with a lot of great plays, 3 receptions for 70 yards. And then number 36, cornerback Uriel Rickard, 9 tackles right there. I said the Cougars, they've stolen their playoff spot from under the Outlaws, like I said in my last video, and they just stole away into the next round by one of the most touted offenses in the regular season in the Diamonds. I'm excited to see where else the Cougars land. And that'll do it for this part of the round of 16. We've already got some big games ahead of us next time. Spiders versus Monsters, Trojans versus Jets are games I'm really excited for, but we can't forget about the other two, the Green Bay Clovers and Detroit Eagles, Indianapolis and Pittsburgh. I think it's going to be an amazing week to figure out the last 4 teams moving into the quarterfinals. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Part 2 will be up very, very soon, and I can't wait to get into it, y'all. So if you're excited, if you're ready for the next part, go ahead, hit subscribe, turn the notifications on. I will talk to you all later. Take it easy.